my name is Anushri Riya and today I am here to represent my topic from Elcom Public School class 10th. My topic is the rise of nationalism in Europe. In 1848, a French artist whose name was Frédéric Chaudieu In 1848, a French artist whose name was Frédéric Chaudieu prepared a series of 4 prints, visualizing in his dream of world which is made up of democracy and social republic. So in his first print, he showed the men's and women's of America and Europe print and offering homage to the Statue of Liberty. If we recall the French Revolution, there were some artists who personified liberty as a statue of woman who carries thoughts of enlightenment in first hand and a charter of men's in second. And with the help of this print, he showed the democracy and social republic. He also saw some scattered things on the ground, and with the help of this, he showed the remaining particles of the monarchy system which is thrown by the people of America and Europe, and after throwing these particles, they moved towards the Statue of Liberty. Then he also saw some fairies and gods at the sky, and with the help of these, he showed the fraternity among the nation of the world. Then these peoples are identified with their national costumes and the flag which is holded by them. The people of France carries their tricolor flag and the people of Germany carries their black, red and gold flag. These German people are belonging from Austria, Lombardy, Hungary, Poland, England and Russia. So these people started together to march in a train and offering homage to the Statue of Liberty. Then I am going to tell you about the making of nationalism in Europe. So the clear expression of nationalism arises from the French Revolution. Before 14 July 1789, there is a monarchy system in France, and all the powers are in hand of monarch, which is Louis XVI at that time. There is many discrimination between the people, citizens of the France. But after the revolution, there are many changes were occurred. The most important changes were abolishment of monarchy system. The revolutionary flag is chosen to replace the former one, which is royal standard. Third, abolishment of custom dues and the French is declared as a national language. So after the French Revolution, there are many changes occurred. All were going good, but in 1799, a person came whose name was Napoleon Bonaparte. He removed the democracy and he came with a civil code of 1804, which is also called as Napoleonic Code. There are many advantages of Napoleonic Code. First one is equality before law. Second is abolishment of feudal system. Guilt restriction were also abolished. And there are many changes occurred which is in the favor of citizens. But there are some drawbacks also. So the main drawbacks drawbacks are increment of taxation. So rapid increase in taxation after the Napoleonic Code. Second one is no more political freedom. There is no any political freedom among the citizens. Adopted censorship, and there is a main drawback, which is the Napoleon Bonaparte forced the people to join the French army. So these are the drawbacks of Napoleonic Code. The making of nationalism in Europe in mid 18th century, there is no any nation state within the Europe. Nation state is a country with a common identity of people, common language, common currency among all the country. So, for example, India at present time, it is a nation state. If we talk about Habsburg Empire at that time, there were different people got an idea of nation state. If we talk about the society of Europe, there are two different categories. First one is aristocrats. Aristocrats were the wealthy people of the society. They got their lands and townhouses near the countryside. They are connected with each other by marriage ties, and they are minority. They were actually minority, but they rule over the peasants because they are socially and educationally powerful because of money. Peasants were the poorer section of the society. They are socially and educationally powerful because of money, and they are in majority, but they doesn't have their own land. They work on the lands of aristocrats. But after the revolution, there is another class came whose named as middle class. It is full of the people who are educated and neither too poor nor too rich. For example, professional, industrialist, and many more. They gave an idea of nation state and liberal nationalism. Liberal nationalism stands for end of aristocratic rule and equality before law, constitution and representative government with the people agreement. So these are stands for liberal nationalism. Middle class people want a right to vote for only those people who have a large amount of property. But the people who have less amount of property, and the women start protesting at different places in Europe. Then a middle class. Thank you. This all about my topic.